Now, I would like to request Professor Bholanath Dutta, sir. Professor Bholanath Dutta is an educationist, serial entrepreneur, and visiting professor in India and overseas. World Bank Quality Assurance Expert in Higher Education, a startup mentor, coach, chairman, global entrepreneurs, great and founder president, MTC Global, a global think tank in higher education. He is a super star mentor in Startup India initiative, Government of India, and mentor of change at Atal Innovation Mission, Atal Tinkering Lab, Niti Ayog. So, sir, Professor Bholanath Dutta, sir, I would like to request you to join and deliver your word of wisdom. Thanks, sir. Sir, please.
Thank you so much, sir. At the outset, my heartfelt thanks to the organizer for this seminar, esteemed speakers, respected dignitaries, and my dear students, the future leaders. My personal thanks to Dr. Anand Mohan Jha, my good friend for last so many years, for reaching out and sending me the invitation. I'm here since morning, and it was a great learning opportunity for me to listen so many senior academicians and learned new insights on the today's subject, that is corona and its impact on education and society. Thank you once again for the invitation. Let me start the talk with one small story. All of us know that deer has a speed of 90 km per hour and a tiger has a speed of around 50 km per hour. But it is always that tiger catches the deer. Why it happens so? It happens because deer always has the doubt in mind. Deer does not have the self-confidence, and while it runs, it always looks back and try to see how far the tiger from it. And in the process, it gets slowed down and ultimately tiger catches the deer. That means essentially what is the biggest lesson today is that in this new normal, this unprecedented time, I think all of us need to have patience, need to have self-confidence, need to adapt with the situations. I think that is very, very important. Whenever we face with any change, okay, the most difficult part is we don't change ourselves with the changing situation. That's number one. And we are not flexible enough to adapt with the new circumstances, and that itself creates lot of difficulties for us and for the others in and around. I think that's the biggest learning, that to succeed or to achieve the goal, we need to have the patience, we need to be adaptable, we need to be flexible, and we need to change with the changing time. This unprecedented time, while I was browsing through internet, there is one fantastic news which was viral in social media, in Twitter and Facebook. One teacher in Katihar, Bihar, he was using loudspeaker at his home, and he used to teach so that the students in and around his home can listen to the lecture. I think what is that innovation and what is that interest level of that particular teacher? There are news in the newspapers wherein we could see that students are climbing on the trees, teachers are climbing on the trees because of the poor network, and they are taking their lessons. I think these are fantastic examples of how one person can go beyond his or her limitations and learn the things which is the need of the hour. I think that is very, very important. Today, when we talk about online learning, now technology is the great leveler. Before this pandemic, also, we heard about Coursera, we heard about edX, lot of massive online open course platform wherein these Harvard and Stanford universities used to successfully conduct a lot of certification programs across the world, and it was proven a very successful model. The beautiful case study of Africa. Africa, we know that there is a lot of hunger and the difficulties with the education system. But Bill Gates, the Gates and Melinda Foundation, they have made huge investment on IT infrastructure in Africa so that the education can reach to the remotest area in Africa. And it is proven a very successful model. So technology is the great leveler. This pandemic has proven that many models, existing models today, which are wrong. Let me quote few examples of the existing models. People thought that capitalistic economy is the order of the day. But in this pandemic, it is proven wrong. America is forced to inject $6 trillion to revive the economy. Indian government has already injected 25 lakh crore rupees to support the economy, to help the small medium enterprises, and to come up with the tackle with the COVID situations. So the public investment, the welfare economy still holds a great stand even today. So privatization and commercialization working for only money is proven a wrong concept which was there before this pandemic. Many experts they have raised. Ratan Tata, he mentioned that if corporate cannot pay during this difficult time to their employees and lay off the employees, that's most unethical practices. Employees, those who have worked for so many years and contributed to the company's growth, and for this last 5 months, we see that Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, they have given a data that 17 million job losses for last 5 months. Now you can expect, and if this pandemic, definitely vaccine is not going to come before December as per the experts opinion, so what would be the job losses? The small medium enterprises are struggling. There is no startup activities happening. So this is a very, very tough time. And but still, I congratulate the organizer that during this difficult time, they have hosted this seminar to ensure that social distancing should not lead to any kind of knowledge distancing. So, congratulations to the organizer. Whenever we talk about the online education is going to stay. This is the new normal. We heard about the one of the finest experiments, the school in the cloud, in 1999 by Professor Sugata Mitra, who is a professor of University of Newcastle, wherein he conducted one experiment in Delhi, in Kalkaji area, and he gave away some free computers, and he could see that students, those who have no knowledge of computers, they could able to handle the computers, they could able to connect with the internet, and they could able to learn by themselves. So he mentioned this as hole in the wall. That means most of the students, they can learn by themselves. I think that is what is happening during this pandemic. Self learning is happening in a big way. Students and teachers are taking extra interest going out of the way, browsing through the different websites, using the Google search engine, in different community blogs. A lot of learning is happening. It's not that learning is not happening. If I take the example today, because of this seminar, I am from Bangalore and there are other eminent speakers from Dehradun and Rajasthan. We all could join together and connect with each other and listen to each other. Students are there on board to listen to all of us. I think that's a great advantage, which is otherwise very difficult to source so many people from different locations and put them in one particular seminar. So this new normal is going to say, because the online teaching learning, there are some pitfalls. As previous speaker ma'am said, the values, the ethics, how we can learn, the co-curricular activities, the extracurricular activities, which are essential part of the holistic development of the students, that are not happening. Obviously those things are we missing out, but given the situation, I think the lab, the experiments, the hands-on activities part can stay for some time, but learning can continue to happen. There are examples wherein institutions, they have started with e-laboratory, okay, internet based laboratory, and students can do their lab experiments online. So a lot of innovations are happening. I think edtech technology is going to come in a big way. If I say today, some of the companies which are doing extremely well, to quote me, one or two companies, all are using the technology platform. The Reliance under Mukesh Ambani, they have shown a huge growth. If I talk about Amazon, they have grown 300 to 400% during this last 5 months. That's amazing. We know Baizu, the online learning platform, it has become a big hit. Recently, it has acquired White Hat Junior, which is there for last 18 months, Mumbai-based company for online coding to the children. I think these all companies, if we talk about Netflix, right, over the top, the media platform, I think they are doing extremely well. So all the companies are going for digital transformation process, including the academic world are going for digital transformation process. We need to embrace the technology. I think looking forward, the online teaching learning will stay there for a long time. Probably it will be the blended learning mode, because many of the sessions can be taken online which are theory based, and some of the sessions wherein we have hands on activities or laboratory experiments that can happen in the university or in the colleges. I think that may be the perfect combination, which is the blended learning model looking forward. But online teaching learning, as previous speaker ma'am said, it's very challenging. It's not like conventional face to face mode. In conventional face to face mode, we have the opportunity to interact with the students every now and then, ask them questions, get their feedback. We have the eye contact. We can understand in the class whether students are really learning or absorbing the concepts or not, and we can always get back to them. But online, that thing is not happening. I think here only we are focused on teaching, but interaction part is not that great. But however, we have the open expression space and the question answer session exclusively for the students. I think here in the online teaching learning, I think students must take extra interest to come forward and learn the concepts of by themselves, and only the major focus can be, in addressing their queries or the question answer session, so that we can do the justification. Now many people say that online is not that effective as like no face to face mode. Let me just quote one example. The chartered accountant, the CA course, one of the toughest course in the world, Indian CA course, and it is on distance mode. it is on distance mode. There is no physical face-to-face contact. Now you can imagine how the CA is a very effective course and it's very difficult to crack. The passing percentage may be 4%, 5% in a year. So I think it's what Swami Vivekananda has rightly said, education is the self manifestation. I think it is learning is about intrinsic. It is rightly said from within, and education is about extrinsic, which is given from the outside. There are four different ways how learning can happen, and someone has put it in a perfect way. 25% of the learning happens inside a classroom when teacher teaches and student interacts. Next 25% happen from the peer learning. From the peer learning, when the students in a group, they sit together and discuss any particular concept. The next 25% learning happens in experience, hands-on activities, and other 25% learning happens from the society. This is the part of a social learning process. So today, I think we're missing the peer learning, right? We are missing the hands-on activities. As students are locked down at home, I think they are also missing the social learning part. But the first 25%, that learning which is due to the interaction with the teachers, I think that is happening. There are many ways wherein this learning through community, through blog, through YouTube, the pre-recorded video, WhatsApp chat room, and so many other platforms wherein students are going extra mile and they are learning the concepts. Now, there was opposition for final year examinations, right? And UGC has said no, for final year examination has to be conducted to get the certificate. Still, there is strong opposition from Delhi and Maharashtra. But High Court and Delhi said that you can conduct online examination for the final semester, courses to award the degrees. Degrees without examinations may not have that kind of values, or the employers may underestimate. Keeping that in mind, I think the Delhi University and other universities in Delhi, they will be conducting the online examinations. And online examinations also can be conducted if it is supported by proper IT infrastructure. The UGC NET examinations are conducted under NTA complete online, and it is done very, very effectively, right? So if the colleges, if the universities, they have the proper IT infrastructure, then online examinations, there can be online proctored by using artificial intelligence, which can monitor the examination process also. But the challenge is technologically, no, we may not be that sound to conduct efficiently the online examinations. And one of the speakers in the beginning rightly mentioned that even in this time when we all are engaged through online mode, many students, they don't have the laptop or the computer or the smartphone, or network issues are there and they are not able to attend the sessions. That's a real concern. I read in newspaper that wherein Nagaland government, they are giving pen drive loaded with the study material for all the classes. Last week it was there in the newspaper. Punjab government has made announcement that all students will be given tab free of cost, so that they can learn. Even Government of India has made a huge allocation to ensure that internet connectivity is extended to all parts of the India, even to the rural parts of the India, because this time was not expected and it came all of a sudden and we are not prepared. But see the changes. See the changes. As a teacher, we never thought that we'll teach online. No one has taught us how to use the Google Meet, how to use the Zoom, or Cisco Webex platform. We took ourselves interest, we learned it, and we are able to engage session effectively. Students also, on the other hand, never thought that they have to attend classes online, but they could pick up so fast. I think that's the beauty, and that's what no one quality all of us we must have, which World Economic Forum has also suggested, that learnability is one quality we all need to have. Learnability means the ability to learn fast new tools and technologies and able to implement that into practice. I think that quality we must have. There was another study by World Economic Forum wherein it says that by 2050, okay, there will be a new kind of jobs, and more than no majority of the workforce will be the consultant, will be working from home, they will have the expertise. We can find out similar kind of trend is happening right now much before, and it is proven that working from home, many research conducted during last 5 to 6 months, and it is proven that working from home is equally productive or more productive in certain cases than working in office. So it's no way any barrier or limitations for learning or being productive in our job, in our office. However, as we all are at home, not going out, there may be a lot of issues with the mental stress. As you're not mingling with the people, we are missing the market, the movie hall, social gathering. So there are definitely some kind of stress, but we need to overcome this stress, as rightly pointed out by some of the speakers, that we can do yoga and we can do meditation, we can learn a new hobby. Probably that hobby can become a business later on. There are many examples wherein in last 5 to 6 months people have picked up cooking, learned cooking, they started their YouTube video and they have become YouTuber, and they are learning good amount of money. I think there are beautiful examples. I think this is a very peculiar situations today. But having said that, we need to live with it, and you will be surprised to know that Google has already made announcement that by 2021, 75% of their workforce will work from home. That means until Jan 2021, there is not seriously much hope that we'll come back to normalcy 100%. And the economic distress which is caused due to this pandemic will going to stay for last 3 to for at least next 3 to 5 years. I think my time is up because host has come on the stage. So thank you so much once again. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the organizer and for invitation, and it's a great learning opportunity for me, as I could hear a lot of eminent speakers since morning. It started 11 o'clock, and thank you so much once again for this learning opportunity. Thank you, sir. Please take over.
Sir, many thanks, sir. Many thanks.